Hey, welcome back. I am happy to see you here. I hope you've had a lovely day and your week is going well. So, I haven't checked in on Amber's Tellonym for a little bit. I thought we might take a look and see what questions our gorl has answered in the last, 8, 9, 10 days, whatever it's been. So, we're going to have 20 more questions with Amber Lynn Reed and see what she has to say. Why don't you put any effort into how you look? This is your job. I'm not saying women have to wear makeup for their job, but you literally look like you just rolled out of bed in your last 7 videos. It makes people take you less seriously because you're not taking your job seriously. And Amberlyn responds, the only thing I have not done in my most recent videos is wear makeup. I am wearing what I would normally wear. I literally wake up, shower, and get dressed for the day. There are days where I wake up and I don't even want to open my eyes, let alone actively choose to shower and get dressed. Depression is rough, man, but I do it daily because showering and getting dressed for the day actually makes me feel a million times better. But regardless, if I was wearing makeup, people would not be saying this as often. Yeah, my hair is a mess, but it is simply in a messy bun. That is the point. It's a messy bun. Hearing people comment on how I look is definitely crazy to me because it is proving that unattractive women, myself, have to be wearing makeup for people to think that I didn't just roll out of bed. So I don't for one second, first of all, believe that Amber Lynn thinks she's unattractive. I think she's usually pretty much feeling herself. She thinks she's pretty hot. I totally understand that with the depression, the best she's able to do is to get out of bed and shower. And, maybe she doesn't always feel like putting on makeup for her videos. I personally just don't wear makeup in general. So if Amber Lynn's just sitting around home or doing a vlog, if she doesn't want to wear makeup, she doesn't want to wear makeup. They're vlogs. They're what she's doing that day, how she's living her day. And if she's living it without makeup, more power to her. But especially with the depression, she may not have the spoons for that, if you're familiar with the spoon theory. How long does it take you from starting filming to editing to uploading? Amberlyn says, it depends on what I filmed. I will use my most recent KFC mukbang as an example. From filming all the way to having the video uploaded, it took about 2.5 hours to do. Filming 18 minutes, I edited out a lot. Well, not enough to be honest. The before and after cleanup, maybe 10 minutes total. Editing, 50 or so minutes, usually takes me about 3 minutes per 1 minute of filmed content. Exporting, processing was 30 minutes. Scheduling, uploading, final watch, small details, description and shit, about 30 minutes. I'll say it takes me, depending on how many clips I'm putting together for a video, it can take me 4 to 5 hours for a longer video that has lots of clips that I need to pull together. An Amberlyn Reed video might take me about 2.5 hours from filming to uploading. So, but this is her job. This is her full-time job. So if she's uploading like 3 videos a week and each of them are taking her, we'll say 3 hours, she's working like 9 hours a week. Damn, I work like 9 hours in a day at my regular job, and then I do videos and other shit. Man, she's got it good. What's your opinion of people finding your old posts on Facebook, Tumblr, Twitter, and sharing them? Amberlyn says, old me from over a decade ago isn't the me now, so I don't really care, lol. I can see that, but it's kind of fun to go back and read her stories and all the cringy things from Tumblr from her. But yeah, it's a decade. She would have been, 21? I would like to think she's grown and changed as a person in the last decade. You'd stop doing your makeup and doing your hair. I'm a supporter, but even I can see that it's going downhill. Amberlynn says, yes, I have stopped. I am depressed. It has been hard. I am taking my medicine and doing the best I can daily. So again, she's mentioning her depression and how that's affecting her day-to-day activities as far as getting ready and dressed and filming. And I'm wondering if maybe she doesn't need to change her medication. Maybe her current medication has stopped working or not working as well, and they might need to revisit the dosage. How are you feeling after that live stream? Amberlynn says, I feel good surprisingly, minus the hangover. Kind of a face. But I enjoyed the live stream as a whole, and I think others did as well. I'll be coming on more often, but sober, of course. Laughing, crying emoji. Yeah, the live stream was a mess. It was definitely a mess, but, you know, I would like to think she had some moments of clarity in there and realized some of the things that she needs to change in her life. But I'm not going to hold my breath. You did not graduate with your class. You got a GED. Why lie about it? Amberlynn says, no, I did not. Laughing, crying emoji. I graduated with my class and I walked across the stage to get my diploma. My foster parents and brother were in the audience cheering me on. Afterwards, we went to Applebee's to celebrate. Random fact, my graduation outfit was actually bought by my teacher. She was a mentor to me who helped me a lot. I was only able to wear a cap and gown because of her. Again, this is like the third or fourth or fifth question that I've seen, maybe the third one that I've posted in these videos, where somebody is bringing up her high school education and whether or not she graduated and how she graduated. And I believe she said previously that she went to a continuation school, so I'm not sure how that correlates with walking with her class and walking across stage. I'm not sure how that works. I know when I was in high school, my town started something called the alternative high school, where some students that were maybe going to drop out otherwise could go and finish high school doing this. So maybe it's something similar. Tell me more about your psychologist. I'm interested in the techniques she's suggesting for you. I think many of us have EDs who watch you and would like to hear about your recovery in more detail. We're rooting for you. I hope you see us through the hate. And Amberlynn says, right now she's teaching me about cognitive behavioral therapy. That might be the technique she's using. I don't know why her therapist or psychologist would be teaching her about this, unless she's just trying to help Amberlynn see the correlation between her thoughts and her actions and whatnot. It would be interesting and nice if Amberlynn would share a little bit more about this process with people, because I think she could really help some of her audience that do have eating disorders. And I think the people that don't believe her when she says that she's doing this program might, be proven wrong if she really is. Apart from now, which era of your channel is your favorite? Amberlynn says, you don't even have to say apart from now, because this is probably my least favorite era. Laughing, crying emoji. But I'd say my favorite was with Destiny, because I did more, saw more, filmed more, didn't have walls and guards up, etc. Yeah, that's a little telling, I would say. Yeah, she's definitely more guarded. I think her audience wasn't as angry with her in that time, because that was 6 years ago. And now that they've had more time to see her, especially the live streams, I think a lot of people turned against her, and that's really affected her mental health and has made her dislike filming. And not being able to show her girlfriend, not being able to share as much, also is kind of affecting her channel and her content. So I can see how now wouldn't be her favorite era, even though she supposedly is, like head over heels in love with her girlfriend and has never been happier. This is in response to a question before. She would not have had to feel like she had to block her viewers if she didn't lie so much. She's lied about the stupidest shit. Like, come on, who cares what her ring size is? If someone gives her shit for her ring size, fuck them and ignore them. How can she say she wants her story to inspire people when it's all a lie? And Amberlynn says, this is why I am not open with my audience anymore. I was honest about the ring size, but still people think I am lying. I graduated with a diploma and people think I am lying. It's just a constant battle with every little thing I share about myself. You know, nobody really cares what her ring size is. It's the fact that she's lied about it and keeps trying to gaslight people, which makes people not trust her. And I just wish she could see that. I wish you would stop saying obsessed when talking about things that you like. It invalidates actual obsessions in people that have OCD. Amberlynn says, I do have OCD, yes, diagnosed, and I'm pretty sure I have adult ADHD. I'll be assessed soon. So I get it. I do, in fact, get obsessed with things, objects, activities, etc. Yeah, I think what the person's getting at here is whenever she'll like smell a candle and she's like, oh, I'm obsessed. Are you really obsessed with the candle? I don't think so. So I think that's what the person's getting at, and she doesn't see it. This is in response to a previous question about her standing for long periods of time. But yet you can't film you walking in the grocery store? We have only seen you ride scooters for 5 years. Your word means nothing. Show us something so we can actually be proud of you like you want us to. Amberlynn says, just a couple months ago, I filmed myself walking in a grocery store, smiley face. But I've learned very recently, thanks to my psychologist, that trying to constantly prove myself to thousands of people is kinda heavy on my mental health in a bad way. It's extremely exhausting. So I found this one to be interesting because of the trying to prove herself. You know, again, with like the ring sizing and like her shower video, she's always trying to prove to people that she can do things that they're questioning her about. And, you know, I understand that people are going to question her regardless, but she can just be like, look, it is what it is. I've told you, I've shown you this. You can either believe me or not. I don't care. And as long as she doesn't like keep contradicting herself with things that she says, I think people would maybe start to get a little bit of that trust back and not question her all the time. Stop delaying on being assessed for ADHD. ADHD is what caused my binge eating disorder. As soon as I started treating it, I was able to control my binges more and have been healthily losing weight ever since. If you want this endless cycle to end, start the testing process at your next appointment. Amberlynn says, you're right. May I ask what treatment was for you? If it's too personal, feel free to ignore this. Yeah, so a lot of people that do have ADHD do also have binge eating. And there is a medication that actually will work on both of those. I forget what it's called, but so if she does have ADHD and they get her on a certain medication for that can help with binge eating, maybe that'll help her too. But yeah, the ADHD definitely, you know, her always starting and stopping things and getting distracted by things. Hell, I may have adult ADHD, but I just power through it. Have you told your outpatient team about your food aggression? I tried to hide it from mine when I was an inpatient for AN because I felt it was too embarrassing, but ultimately I realized it was part of recovery to undo all my food stigmas and behaviors. Amberlynn says, sharing my food constantly and making sure people have food before I do is not food aggression, lol. It's weird. Sharing food gives me a weird high. I don't know. So I had to look up food aggression because I wasn't exactly sure what it was in people. And most of the things I found was like about dogs and animals getting mad if you try to take their food. Apparently in humans, it's if they don't get the food they want, they can become aggressive and angry and, not be a pleasant person, which I think we saw with Becky. When she was with Becky, if Becky would not go get food for her, she would become a very angry and mean and abusive person. So I'm not sure if Amber really understood what the person was saying. You don't have to open up to your audience for them to know that you're truly the most miserable and unhappy you've ever been. No matter what you do to try to convince us otherwise, we can tell. We predicted the same with Becky, and you denied it incessantly. It's only a matter of time. Amberlynn says, "Oh no, this is nowhere near the most miserable and unhappy I've ever been." 2008 and 2019 won that award. I'm just going through some depression and life issues off camera that I'm trying to figure out. I can say that I am not unhappy and I am not miserable. I'm just depressed, and unfortunately those depression symptoms are showing through my content. Please stop mental health shaming. I don't care if you do it to me, but other people going through the same thing I am might see your comments and it might make them worse. Just please be kind. Thank you. I don't think they were shaming you. I think they were just maybe saying that you seem miserable and unhappy. Which, depression, it's a chemical imbalance. You can be doing great in your life and have no reason to be not happy. But the depression says otherwise. So I'm sure it's a constant struggle where she's like, why am I feeling this way? So hopefully her medication will be sorted out. We'll never understand how reaction channels criticize you for monetizing your addiction, but it's okay for them to make money off of your addiction too. You don't say violence is wrong and then go out and commit violence because other people are doing it too. Amberlynn says, this is actually a really good point. So I've heard this argument before. I would say that it's a little different. Amber is actively eating on camera to make money from it. The reaction channels are just reacting to her content and criticizing her. And a lot of reaction channels that I've seen will cut out her actual eating and, be telling her she needs to get help for this. So I can see how it could be seen as exactly the same. And I guess in a way, reaction channels that are monetized are making money off of it. But on the other hand, it's different. You almost make me ashamed to be a lesbian. Like how you're a cringe U-Haul lesbian and basically go back and forth saying, yeah, I might have sex with a guy. You're some of the most horrible representation for us. And Amberlynn says, I think you're a miserable representation of the whole LGBTQ plus community in general. I think more than anyone else, people in this community understand how it is to not understand ourselves and our sexualities. Majority of us did go through a stage of our life where we were confused. Some of us go through a few stages. I came out as a lesbian when I was 18. I started noticing that I wouldn't mind making out with other genders a couple of years ago. I was in a position where I felt like I could not speak on those feelings. I was ashamed and confused. I am now in a relationship where my partner will accept me for who I am. I think that you shaming me for questioning my sexuality is pretty disgusting. It's 2022. No one should ever feel ashamed for trying to figure out their sexuality. I have to say that I agree with Amberlynn on this. People's sexuality can be fluid. Maybe she's just trying to figure some things out. And while she might not want to have a relationship or be romantically involved with a guy, she could maybe do things with one. But, I don't think it's fair to say she's a bad representation and try to, make her feel bad for questioning her feelings. You and your girlfriend cried over how much you love each other? Really? You are 31, lol. Sounds toxic as fuck, not beautiful. God, you suck. Amberlynn says, we were dancing in the office to what our future wedding song would be. It honestly felt amazing to feel that kind of love and holding each other so close. It made us have a few tears run down our cheeks. That doesn't sound toxic. That sounds like love. I just... Sure. Maybe they just love each other so much that dancing together and thinking about their future together made them cry happy tears. I wouldn't say it's toxic. It might be a little codependent. I think Amber might become obsessive with her partners, and I think she's definitely in that phase with this girlfriend. Amber, you are aware that you are allowed to have faults, right? You don't have to be this picture-perfect person that you try to portray to us as it comes across as fake and hypocritical to your audience. It's okay to admit you have food aggression or aren't happy. No one will judge you for it. We judge you for trying to show us that nothing's wrong when it's clear that there is something wrong. Amberlynn says, I am literally constantly telling you guys how unperfect I am. I talk about my weight loss openly and my mental health. I don't say anything at all that even closely resembles someone who thinks they're perfect. Just because I know I do not have food aggression and know that I am in fact not unhappy doesn't mean I am trying to live a pitch perfect life. It just means that not every single thing is wrong with me. Again, bringing up food aggression. I wonder if this is the same person from earlier. I think when Amberlynn portrays herself on camera, she's giving us a very curated version of herself. And she always did that previously in her vlogs as well. And then during the live streams where she couldn't have a script or be editing it out, people saw her as she was and they didn't like it. She does talk openly about her mental health struggles and other struggles she goes through, like if she's having a bad day. I don't think she tries to portray herself as perfect at all. Maybe she did previously, but I don't think she's doing that. How does crying over how much you love someone sound toxic? God, these people are annoying. You're not allowed to love anyone past 30, apparently. And then 6 eye-rolling emojis. Amberlynn says, everything I do is negative in their eyes. Shrug emoji. Here she's just playing the victim. Oh, everything I do is negative. Woe is me. Nobody likes me. Everybody is always judging me. It's just that victim mentality where even if somebody were to give constructive good criticism, she would dismiss it as just hate. You are very confusing. You're a different person almost every time I watch you, and honestly, it's probably contributing to why so many of your audience doesn't trust you. You're never yourself. You're always just playing some character. As that one person said, a husk of a person. Amberlynn says, in my last video, the Dollar Tree, that is the real me. If you don't like her, that's fine. But if you do, there will be more of her. People aren't two-dimensional. People have different facets of themselves, and depending on who you're around, your energy may be different. If I'm around my friends, I'm more outgoing. If I'm just by myself, I'm more quiet. People can feed on the energy around them and what kind of day they're having or how they're feeling. So I would say that, yeah, I'm sure that we see different sides of Amber in different videos. Sometimes it does kind of feel like she is playing a character sometimes, and that she does take on the personalities of people around her a lot. But, I don't know if it's fair to say that she's always playing a character and that we see a different version of her when people change and people aren't always going to behave and act the same way. So that was 20 questions with Amber Lynn. Yeah, so that's what I got for you today. Just a little more information from Amber Lynn about things going on, from people asking her questions, and maybe a little more insight into our girl based on what she's answering on Tellonym. So I'm going to get out of here and probably go to bed. It's about 9 o'clock. I may curate some more questions for some following videos, but that's all I got for you. So until next time, be safe and take care.